Hi, welcome to Bridget Podcast. My name is Christel, the founder and creative director and AI XR innovator at Cherryadi Digital Media. With a vision of bridging the generational gap of technology, one quality conversation at a time, in this podcast we will be featuring insightful conversations with experts in mental health, creative technology, education, and human-computer interaction. Expect to take away practical insights from every conversation that you can implement to your daily life in your different roles and spheres of influence. Together, let's co-create a safer digital future for our next generation and be a part of the change as we shape the future together.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome to the Mirror XR podcast. This time around, I have Dr. Tiffany again with me. Super exciting. Piggybacking on the previous topic, we talked about connecting parents and teenagers in this gaming era. If you haven't watched that one, please do. Now, this topic we're talking about, we call it the danger lurking. Oh my goodness. It's a suspense just right there, right? So, in this gaming era, in this digital, world that we call it extended reality for a reason. I think, how do I say, more than what we realize as a creative technologist, right? We keep on hearing virtual reality, augmented reality, extended reality, right? Yeah, it is actually a reality. Because when we name it, we thought it's like just the name of the media. It's actually not. It's actually an extended reality for the people who live in it. Now, the interesting thing is, some of the developers may not even be aware that they are building a reality for some other people, Dr. Tiff. The time I realized that, I went like, wait a second, then we need to be way more thoughtful than we were.
Yeah.
We need to be way more intentional than we were. Right. And like, funny how one of the questions we had on our previous panel talk was about what do we think about Roblox? I had Dr. Marissa with me on that panel, and we were talking about it's probably not the game, but it's about the community that is attached in that game. When young people play games online, they most likely come a chat because it's a multiplayer. It's probably a global chat, and most of the time, really, you don't know who you're talking to.
Yeah.
Now, the interesting thing is, which we have covered in the previous podcast, that online community is actually our current young people's social life. But like it or not, they don't have as much control as I had before. When I was younger, the friends I have to get to know, at least I can see them in person. Even if it's like video call or like text or like social media, we still have their sort of real profile. But like these days, it's less and less tangible.
Yes. Yeah, okay. This is a scary topic for so many parents, and I understand why. But I think that it's not so much about learning new strategies as expanding current strategies, because at the end of the day, if without online, we still live where people pretend to be who they're not. We still live where we think that we're friends with some people and we think that we're in a safe community, and we're not always. We go off to various community sporting activities or friends' houses or families' houses and school events, and things happen where we're not safe or we're put in danger. So we could be walking down the street, Rundle Mall, as we've talked about before. There are dark alleys everywhere. When we're online, the whole world can exist there. That's the difference. It's much bigger, and we can't see them, and we can't get a feel for who they are as a person because we're not in front of them. But the danger exists in both worlds, whether it's an extended reality or whether it's reality that we know, that we've known our whole lives. Expanding the education around it for children and for adults is really important. So understanding the statistics, understanding and educating not just the children but the adults around the dangers and the ways and the techniques that predators or whatever are using. That can be incredibly confronting, but it's absolutely necessary to understand then how to communicate that to your teenagers or children, or to at least be aware. It comes back to like our last session where we have to keep the communication alive. The children don't want to hear about the statistics. They don't want to hear about it, but I don't care. It doesn't matter if they want to. They don't want to do the dishes either, but it's important that it's important that they hear it, because it's their welfare and their well-being. And while they might outwardly reject the information, it's going in. You can't unhear it. It's going in on one level, and they are going to become more aware of it. It's not to say absolutely no, because we've talked about the dangers of that and the ostracizing factor that can have for children at that critical age, but it's just extending your awareness and extending the boundaries of what's safe and what's not safe and what to look for in a different way.
You see, this is something that is very interesting. So I come from a commercial creative industry where, you know, we shoot ads to make product look better and all this, right? And do you know that when people actually shoot pizza that looks like a heck lot of cheese, they're actually not cheese?
What is it?
They could be like glue that actually makes it look like.
Well, there you go. Okay.
Yeah. When you shot beer ads that looks like so, you know, with all the soda and like the foam just stay, that's not the real beer.
Right.
It's like they put a small little amount of soap, just enough to make it
Frothy.
So, but that is media literacy, which back then, if people did not realize, right, they would think, for example, all the things in the news are true.
Yeah.
Which now we know that it's not. Somewhat there are some sort of bias. Now, the thing is, in the gaming world and in the new extended realities world, we're as if repeating that whole history again, where people don't know what is real and what is not.
Yeah. Yes. That is so true. And, you know, sorry, did I cut you off?
Yeah, no, it's okay.
There's a saying, I say this to parents and to my children. I say, a pedophile is not going to walk up to you and say, I'm a pedophile. Yeah. They're going to come up to you and they're going to be friendly, lovely, charming, charismatic. They're going to give you things, offer you. It's going to look and feel like a gift, like a goldmine, like an amazing person, a safe, trusted person. No one walks around with a T-shirt advertising it.
Yes,
it's the same online. No one's going to say, hey, I'm just here to bully you. And I'm also just going to record all of our conversations and then use them as blackmail, okay? So it's about educating our children that some conversations, and if we don't know the people, and to just be mindful and aware, because they're not going to present themselves and they're not going to announce themselves, just like someone who's going to be, you know, predatory in the real world is not going to announce it. They're going to sneak up, groom, and take advantage. So not to scare anybody, but it's also about trusting and putting in safeguards and doing exactly what we can and taking precautions, like, you know, depending on the age of the person, bringing the computer out of the bedroom. I know that's like, you know, really hard for a lot of children and parents to get their head around, but you know, monitoring it at least, random walk-ins to the bedroom, making that a rule. Like I just, whilst respecting privacy, but, you know, having conversations about safety regularly. There are many, many documentaries that are short, child-focused and friendly, and useful, even if they're 90 seconds long, just to keep it front of mind for young children. And I recently, my daughter, as I said, is 14. She absolutely hates me talking about it. She doesn't want to hear about it. She doesn't want to know the risks. She doesn't want to hear it. However, I still share it. I still bring it up. I still, not in a lecture, but just as information. And then, she did have, when she does receive unknown messages that seem really, really friendly, but she's unsure about, she immediately brings them to me.
That's amazing. Yeah.
And I immediately tell her how to handle it. So again, it comes back to that open communication and the relationship building.
Yeah. Wow.
But also educating them that it's not going to look scary when it's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Because in real life, right, the dark alley is physically looking dark. There are places that you know that we don't want to go there, right?
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, without discriminating or like, you know, sometimes when we walk and then someone else walk past, we know that we don't want to get close to that person, right?
Yeah.
But that's not as obvious in the digital world though. Because like the dark alley may not be dark. They may be like a nice, beautiful looking, you know, palace garden or whatever. And like that person who's actually having bad intention may dress up as a great, amazing avatar, like a really cool character just because they probably have more money to throw in nicer outfits than like the teenager who plays the game, right? You know?
Yes, and that's exactly right. And it's, you don't know, and you don't always know in real life either. It can look very safe and comforting, but to go back to the online, you don't. And so educating our children around that is really important. Having this exact conversation about that. Right. You know, you don't know who you're talking to. It might be a 14-year-old girl. It might be a 60-year-old gross person sitting there wanting information. And I recently went to a very disturbing forum about child trafficking and online exploitation.
Yeah, wow.
Which, you know, really, and I'm aware of this stuff, but it really brought it home the importance of sharing this information in a safe and age-appropriate way so that it's just an awareness. Yeah, wow. It's like saying to your children, you can go to the party, there will be alcohol, you will probably be offered drugs and cigarettes, you're only 15, these are the dangers. Call me if you get stuck. Call me if don't go home with it. It's like having that same conversation. You can go online. Don't go and meet anybody. Don't share your pictures online. Don't provide any private information. Yeah. It's just a different set of parameters. Yeah. But it's still educating and communicating and giving parameters to a child that is learning how to be in the world. Now, they're going to make mistakes and they're going to communicate with the wrong people sometimes, and hopefully it's not, you know, dire in that case. Maybe it's that they at the party they do get drunk and they call you and they're sick, and you can rectify it. Maybe it is that they get asked for nude photos and they bring it to you before they do something like that. Yeah, wow. But again, it's a danger either way, and children will push the limits and they will trust and they will be hurt and that's part of growing up. The aim of a parent, whether it's in real life or online, is to do everything they can to provide their children with enough knowledge, inner strength, awareness and skill and tools to be able to use good judgment, make the right decisions. If they make the wrong decision, rectify it, communicate with you. It's not ideal, but there's really, besides completely not allowing them to engage in this world that has become second nature, as you said, to our children, there's no other option. You've got to let them out and know that let them know they can come back to you if something goes wrong. Yeah.
I mean, poking on the teenagers' curiosity is a big word for them, right? How to let them explore but be safe?
By giving them a little and a little and a little. And I understand online you're opening up that little and immediately you're open to the world. I think, you know, managing the time that they're on there, managing the sites that they're on there, checking the best you can with what they're doing, understanding the world that they're in as best you can, educating as best you can. When an 18-year-old, I mean, 18 is an adult, but they're still your child, right? And they're still exploring, and they're still out there doing things probably, you know, very risky behaviours. And when they go off overseas and they're travelling, you have no control. Yeah. They're out in the world, and it's sort of the same as online. All you can do is fill their backpack full of stuff that they know they can use or call you and rely on for if something was to happen. We can't know who they're going to come up against in the world. And hopefully there are more people like you who are developing safer environments and making sure that that's in your mindset when you're creating. But obviously we know that's not the case.
I hope there is more, yes.
It's not, everybody doesn't do that, but not everybody provides a safe party environment or school environment either.
Yeah.
The kids are going to come up against adversity. They're going to come up against challenges, abuse, taken advantage of. We've all been there in our own ways.
Yeah.
Now there's a new element of online. Children will learn, they will become resilient, they will take the pain or the experience that they have online and they will use it to grow.
Yeah.
All we can do as parents is like the standard rules for me don't, and I mean my daughter doesn't do gaming, so it's different, but I say don't communicate with anyone you don't know. Lock down your profiles as best you can. Don't share anything online that you would not want me to see.
Yeah. Wow.
Right? Because once it's out there, it is in the world forever, for every set of eyes in the world.
Yeah, wow.
And when they get that, like I can see that she's starting to get that.
Right.
But when they get that, and when I have older students and I often say to them, Google yourselves. Google yourself on someone else's computer, what comes up. Do you want that there forever? Because, when people are sharing photos or when you're making a comment, it's out there in the world. So just be very mindful. And I think teaching children that when they're online, they are out in the world for every set of eyes.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't want to scare them, but sometimes being graphic and saying, would you want this person to see you in that bikini on that post?
Yeah, right.
You don't want that person to see you? Well, then don't post it.
Yeah.
Because, yes, your friends are seeing it. Yes, the boy you like is seeing it. Yes, but so is that person.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So I think it's just education, communication, relationship, expansion of rules and settings and understanding, and then you kind of have to let go.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, a little bit as well.
Yeah. So summarizing our conversation again, if there are 3 practical things that you want parents and or teachers and or even the teenager themselves to take away out of this, mitigating the danger in the online space, what would that be?
It would be to understand that danger doesn't appear as danger, it appears as friendly.
Yes. Yeah, wow.
That you come and communicate any insecurity, any doubt, any fear with someone that you trust, an adult that you trust. And maybe 3, do not share any information, do not respond to any threat. And don't reply or share any information or respond to any threat without coming and communicating with an adult, because it's likely they don't have nude photos of you.
Yeah,
They're
right.
not going to hurt your best friend, and it's just a manipulation technique to get you to do things that you shouldn't be doing.
Yeah,
because any child that is online, I've seen this was at the online forum that I went to. Videos of men saying to teenage girls, through chat rooms, through online, forums, I've got your best friend here and I'm going to hurt her if you don't send me a nude photo, or I'm going to hurt your mum, or it's a threat that is very, very shallow and largely there to manipulate you to get the information. So, I mean, that's very heavy, but essentially, just communicate with someone that you trust. If it's not a parent, if you don't trust a parent to do that, go to a teacher or a friend who's an adult that you can trust, or a police officer or someone if there's any doubt or query. Yeah. It's a tough topic.
It is. Tough topic. I almost say we probably need the online helpline.
Yeah. I mean, parenting's hard. It's hard. There's dangers everywhere. I feel like every day that my daughter gets older and is out there doing things without adult supervision or with friends, all I can do is send her out knowing that I'm here for her, knowing that I've educated her as much as I can and that I've given her the tools that I've given her.
Yeah.
And then you kind of have to let go and let her live and experience her own life, providing a safety net for her when she needs it. And I think as parents, that's our job, keep them safe as best we can.
Thank you so much.
That's
very
okay.
insightful, very helpful, and we're honored to have you. Thank you. Thank you. So thank you so much for listening. As always, if you have comments, feedbacks, and or even questions that you probably want to drop in the comments, we'll love to hear from you, and hopefully we can address that in our next podcast as well. See ya!
Thank you for listening to our podcast. If you find this helpful, please subscribe and share to your circle of friends. Remember, you can also follow us on social media, namely on LinkedIn and on Instagram at bridgeit.pod. And don't forget to share your feedbacks, your thoughts, or repost a slice of conversation that inspires you. Don't forget, use the hashtag #IBridget. See you in the next podcast.